So here we go again. All right, I want to go back to one thing we spoke about earlier. It's called resonance. Resonance is important for both a metaphysical standpoint and an emotional intelligence standpoint. From an emotional intelligence standpoint, resonance is described as the ability to construct an orchestra of players and have them all resonate at the same frequency or the same tune. It's much like a symphony where a conductor takes all these different elements of music and he synchronizes them and creates a resonance that's so beautiful. And that's what you want to do as a leader. You want to create resonance. Well, from a metaphysical standpoint, what does resonance mean? It means we do the same thing. We create a resonance of vibration that attracts good things, and good things happen to us. You know, I was not a proponent of this in the past. I know my aunt had been into Christology, and there's all these different ologies and things you learn about, and it's just like, wow, that goes against my religion, right? Because I'm Roman Catholic, right? And then I realized that all religions are just like a slice of God. You know, it's like God is such a big concept that they all have a piece of it. You know, they all have an element, and it makes sense for that religion. But religions are based on culture and demographics and all this, right? So certain type of people have certain type of religions, right? Well, what if we all got it wrong? What if it's like a little bit of everything, you know? We don't know. We don't know what it is. And we're never going to know until the end of time. It doesn't matter. All we need to do is have faith, and that's where faith comes in. And I have faith that whatever it is because that's the way God wanted it to be, you know? So what does God have to do with resonance and all this? Well, whether you believe in whatever God you want to call it, when you say prayers to that God, you are singing a song of resonance to that God. So if you're singing Our Father, you know, you're singing Our Father, make it happen, you know? That kingdom come, it's coming, you know? And you're singing this resonance that vibrates in God's frequency. When you go to church, when you sing at church, you're singing these hymns that have been written to appease the Lord. And whether you're a Baptist or evangelical Christian, we all sing in church, right? And we're singing to God, right? Because we're giving them the vibe, right? Give them the vibe. Well, if you just give them the vibe all the time, then you're just really going to start getting blessed. That's what my friend Dan Bookout, he said, walking in the light. I'm walking in the light, right? Why is walking in the light important? Well, light is a frequency, right? Light is a vibration. Light is a radiation, right? It's a radiation spectrum. So everything is frequencies, and you're walking in the light of the frequency. That means you're walking in God's frequency, and good God things happen to people who are godly, right? When you see someone as a godly person, usually that person's doing pretty well, right? They're not in any kind of trouble, right? They're a godly person because they're walking on the frequency, right? So when you talk about frequency and resonance, so what do? Birds of a feather flock together. If you like negative things, you'll be disharmonious. You'll have disharmonious energy, and you'll go to bad frequencies like addiction or abuse of anything, whether it's sexual or chemical or food-wise. Any kind of abuse is bad, right? And those are all disharmonious energies. So what I'm saying is, if you like stew and ruminate on the disharmonious, more bad things are going to happen. If you ruminate and think about the harmonious situations, the blessings, the positive in your life, you're gonna get more positives. You know, the more you give to people, the more you get back, right? If you're real generous with people, like even when you don't really even have it to lend, but you lend it anyways. You ever been in that situation? Oh man, I really need that $20, but I think they need it more than I do, right? You ever had that conversation with yourself? Yeah, I could probably get another 20 somewhere else, you know. Boom, you know, you lend that money out. And do you expect it back right away? No, you're not seeing that money. You may never see that money back. I remember one time, I'm not going to name any names, mister, but it was a Turkish link chain, bro. Oh, my homeboy came over. Oh, man. He was in a bad way. He needed rent money. That's what he told me. So I took a Turkish link off my neck. Turkish link my girlfriend gave me, but some dude had given it to her. So it was like I didn't feel bad about partying with it. But that chain's probably worth about $1,500 now. And it was worth about $300 back then. I hope that rent felt real good, mister. You know who you are. Hey, anyhow. So what am I saying? We're at 4 minutes. I got 5 minutes to drop knowledge, right? Well, 4:30, right? We're right midway mark. Mork. Remember Mork and Mindy? Remember that show? Mork from Planet, what was it, Planet Orc? So, Planet Orc, and I think we're on a planet right now, and we need an ark is what we need. We need a planet ark. We need an ark to take us somewhere else, because, man, the way this place is going, we're going to be in trouble, you know? We need to fix this place and go somewhere else. We need to do both at the same time. So why? God told Noah to build the ark before the great flood. I think God's talking to people right now. Guys like these genius billionaires who are making all this money and doing the SpaceX and all this stuff and Tesla. I think God is like, hey, you need to make the technology to save the people. Because the people in general are like sheep. They all do the same thing. They all go in the same direction. And to be different, you go against the grain and you piss everyone off, right? But I'm telling you that there's a time coming where it's gonna be a reckoning, right? Like it's gonna come down to do you want to survive or do you just want to lay down and die? And that's gonna come for all of us. That time comes for all of us in different time periods, but it's gonna come for all of us soon. It's all gonna come real soon because time is moving faster. You realize that the older you get, the faster time moves, right? It's simple mathematics, right? If you're 1 year old, then 5 minutes of your life is a big slice of your life. But if you're 10 years old, that slice is tiny. You acquire more time. So when we were a kid, time goes by slow. 5 minutes seems like forever. Now 5 minutes is nothing. You don't even have 5 minutes. What I'm saying is our time is short. You can't buy time, dude. You can't buy time. All of us listening are a day older than we were yesterday, and we're 1 day closer to our end. Think about that. You're on the way home. You're going to be going home soon. Back to the Creator. Right? Are you ready? Are you ready to go home? Are you ready to give up everything at a moment's notice? Like that movie, you can drop in 30 seconds, or I don't know, something, I forget what movie it was, but it's about being able to let go of everything you love and run away because you're that much of a gangster. But I'm not about being a gangster, I'm about being real. I'm about being real. I'm being real with all of you. We need to build a resonance to turn this boat around, right? This whole boat's going in the wrong direction, and we need to turn the whole thing around and start being stewards of the earth and cleaning up the earth and being fair with the money and fair with the taxes and actually helping people out to help them out for a good reason, not because it's going to make someone else money, right? And until we do those things, we're going to be in a bad way. I can say that right now. Until people stop being selfish and let go of some of this money they're holding on to and like renovate, our cities are falling apart, Water systems in Detroit are all polluted with lead, and New York water systems have issues, and we just, I don't know. I get a little bit frustrated, but there's so many things we could be doing that we're not, and a lot of them are simple fixes too, just simple things. But simple and common sense, that's hard to find these days, I mean, remember when you were a kid, people used to call it horse sense or common sense or whatever. I mean, does you know anyone that has common sense anymore? Like, you really think it's going to happen? Come on. Anyhow, so let's talk about building resonance. I got 1 minute to go. Check it. If we all get on the same vibe, of love and compassion for others and doing the right thing all the time, being selfless, then the more people get a vibe, it's going to be like a viral infection. That's just going to spread to everyone. And everyone's going to get that vibe. And then we'll start moving this whole thing in the right direction instead of away from all this hate crime and people are hurting each other and people trying to get up on each other. It's just like animal kingdom stuff, man. We're humans. We're way better than that. Humans are the only animal on this planet that the baby isn't able to run around like within 5 minutes of being born. Every other animal, a horse can run in 5 minutes. Deer can run like in 2 minutes. They have to. A whale can swim right away. And when it comes out, the whale can swim, go get air. A spider can spin its web. Why do human babies take 2 years to mature so they can do anything? Like, they're useless for 2 years. Huh? You ever thought about that? Maybe it's because we're different than everything else on purpose. And that's the end of it. Let's build resonance, baby. It's all over. Boom!